been a magnificent host city during the 19th Men's Volleyball World Championships. Now it's time for the final match in second round Pool G. Fittingly, the host nation have the honour of bringing down the curtain on Sofia's 3 days in the sun. Bulgaria play Canada at the Arena Artemets. A straight sets win for Bulgaria would yield 3 points, lifting them onto 15, which still sadly wouldn't be enough to land a lucky loser spot as one of the two best second place teams from our 4 second round pools that will advance to the final 6. But it's still been a competition of highs for Konstantinov's team, who finishing second to the USA in this second round group is still a big deal. The Canadians, as we know, had a breakthrough year last year with a World League bronze medal. That's the libero Blair Ban. 7th place in the round of VNL. Canada this summer meant they were just below the qualifying red line for the final 6 in that competition. And unfortunately, Stefan Antiga and company have not quite met the grade required here. But there's still so much to be hopeful about with the Tokyo Olympics under 2 years away now. Canada boasts 2 of the competition's top 3 scorers, Gord Perrin and Nicholas Hogue, totals of 130 and 112 respectively, but they've struggled a bit with depth. Canada probably about where Stefan Antiga would have expected his Canada team to be in this competition. Lots of firepower in the Bulgarian ranks. They've done phenomenally well to still almost be competitive on the final day of the second round, considering the injury worries they had coming into this competition. But there have still been good scoring performances from the likes of Bratoyev and one of the favourites, Air Teddy, Theodore Todorov, who'll be rotated in tonight. Great crowd in here. It was rocking this time yesterday, over 8,000 in for the United States match. They'll look to carry Bulgaria on to a winning finale in this second round pool, the home crowd here in Sofia, as we will pause for the national anthems of Canada and Bulgaria.
First, the national anthem of Canada. Първи е националният химн на Канада. And now, the national anthem of Bulgaria. А сега, националният химн на България.
We're about to get underway here. Final match of 6 in the second round of G here at the Men's Volleyball World Championships, 19th edition. Hector Ortiz and Nathanan Sawapak are our refereeing duo for the day. Bamen Konstantinov was part of the bronze medal winning World Championship team back in 2006. And they have a player in this squad who was one of his teammates, Theodore Salparov, the libero. Well, he's the main man. Gord Perrin wearing 2 there, coming through. Top scorer in the entire competition. He's had an absolutely fabulous championship. Not that such firepower has got them through. They are the guys, Hogan Perrin. And you're looking there at number 5, Lucas van Berkel comes in. And he's rocking on his heels and he wants more. 112 spikes all in this competition. 65 points for Sharon Vernon-Evans there. Starters the opposite. Familiar starting 6 from Canada. Blanca now will set. Vernon-Evans on the opposite side. The deadly duo of Perrin and Hogue as the outside hitters. The middle blockers will be Vigras. And ahead of Daniel Jansen van Doorn, Lucas van Berkel has been given a rare start here by Stefan Antiga, coach of the World Championship winning squad of Poland 4 years ago, but there'll be no repeat this time round with the Canadians, another of his adopted nations. The decibel levels rise as the Bulgarians are introduced to the crowd. Know each other well, of course, but doesn't hurt to get another ovation. Well, that's Salparov, who was there in 2006. So Gradinarov and Gurtsev will take care of the outside for Bulgaria. Seganov will set the starting middle blockers. Yosifov there. And Skrimov Bratoyev will be the opposite. Bamen Konstantinov, 2-time Olympian in Atlanta and Beijing. And those 2 bronze medals in 2006 at the World Champs and then the following year at the FIVB World Cup. Both events were in Japan. Of course, the men will finish their competition and then we will be in Japan for the Women's World Champs at the end of this competition. Graham Vigras there, starting middle blocker for the Canadians. 9 previous meetings between these two. Bulgaria just lead their head-to-head, 5-4 in wins. Skrimov opening us out with the serve, but Canada straight in for the opening point. There's going to be so much more of that from Gord Perrin. Blanca now with the serve. And it was a soft one, and Bulgaria just a little bit ring rusty at the start here. Skrimov couldn't dig it. Most recent meeting between these two just over 3 months ago in the Nations League. Bulgaria with a straight sets win in Varna by Salparov. A great pick up that by Ban. And then Bratoyev can't finish it. It's a super dig out by Blanca that time, but Bulgaria have one on the board. Victor Yosifov, 38 points in the championship on serve here, squad captain. It's way outside the sideline. Loose serve there. Well, he's been fabulous. Oh, 91 spikes in the competition. He's got the whole range in his armoury. Tapped down by Vigras, another one for Canada. So they're up to 4. So he's a fabulous player. More than an accomplished outside hitter. With numerous clubs in Greece. Moving on to France and Italy. Konstantinov. Overhead set. Butoyev can't land it. Perrin, and he's off the block. In for the score. Another one for Gordon Perrin. High cross-court set. Perrin comes in just to flap that off the outside of Gradinarov. Early timeout here, with Bulgaria starting slowly. They would have loved to have had a first-round contribution in this championship, the city of Sofia, but it's been a busy old time. The sporting calendar in this part of the world. World Championships not too far from here, and it's also been Sofia Fashion Week as well. Tap down off the block, and it's straightforward this for Canada at present. Already they have a lead of 5. Very slow start from the Bulgarians. Perhaps a case of after the Lord Mayor's show for them. Won the opening match in this pool, and hopes were high that they could go through with the United States, but it's not panned out that way. Yeah, it wasn't a smooth transition there from Bulgaria. And Air Teddy Todorov put that way long. 7-1. Puts that serve long. Service fault. Bulgaria side out. Two then, and plain sailing so far for Canada as we head into the first technical timeouts.
When the ball is inside, 2-man block, he makes it. I want 5 free kick. Okay, so you go every time. When it's a free ball, normal, stand up, but also when it's a rape, okay, every time you are responsible for it. What's it?
It's an arena that seats over 12,000 here. They host to a variety of indoor sporting events. Concert venue to the arena Aramets. Key venue for Bulgaria in the staging or the close staging of the 2015 Euro. Something of a dry run for this championship because Bulgarians staged that with the Italians. Or a point closer. That's better from Todorov. Valentin Bratoyev here. His brother Georgi ruled out of this championship through injury. Perrin off the block. Oh, he's got it all. Even if he doesn't manage to land it clean, there's enough spin coming over the shot to rattle the fingertips of the blocker, kill it that way. Fifth best blocker, Sharon Vernon-Evans, coming into the second round. His average has dropped off since then. That was another chance, almost a carbon copy attack. The setup for Todorov mid-court. Went for the same shot but missed it. Into the net from Vernon-Evans. So this is the 19th Volleyball World Championships for the men. Poland are the defending champions. They beat Brazil 6-1 in Warsaw 4 years ago. Coached by Stefan Antiga. He's on the bench here for the Canadians. Perrin off the blocker. Bratoyev picks it up. Set from Todorov. Skrimov can't find a way through Perrin. Blocking stats are spot on, Gord Perrin. The 29-year-old has been brilliant in every World League squad since 2012. Push set and the power through from Miroslav Gradinarov. On the opposite side, there's been nothing happening for Bulgaria yet. About time Gradinarov wound one up. Yugi Seganov on serve here. And that's a nice smackdown by Hogue. Eschewing power, more for precision and poise. Lucas van Berkel. Set. No finish. All drawn in towards that attack line. And the ball off the block trickles apologetically back. Canada are really up for this, and they have a strong lead of 8 now. Van Berkel tips Bratoyev in. Skrimov, that's better. Much better from Bulgaria. Getting Skrimov on serve is critical. In that first match against Iran in this section, Skrimov was absolutely deadly from the service line, and he's pinged another down. That's a pick-up from Yosifov, and again, touch from Salparov, and off the block, Bratoyev will be able to punch the air into light. Bulgaria up to 7. Just comes off that right palm, the right-sided player in the block, but the left palm of Blankenau. That goes long. Need to be putting 2 or 3 of those power serves in if you're Skrimov and trailing like this. So it's going to be the first challenge of this match. And it looked out, didn't it, to begin with? It was out. .14-7 here. Blanca now serves again. To the net, 14-8. Bulgaria back on serve, overpass on the pickup. There's Perrin. Vernon Evans taps it down. Ah, it's a great dig out there. Push shot from Todorov. Blanca now with the set. And Sharon Vernon Evans just pushes it through almost by sheer force of personality. Well, that was the two-handed smack down that thought that Bratoyev thought had brought Bulgaria the rally. Splendid overhead bump there by Perrin to keep it going. And the push down again from Perrin. On fire in this championship. One of the players of the championship, no question. John Gordon Perrin. So second technical timeout reach. Canada up to 16, 16-8.
You have to carry one. 9-1. After precision, he won't tell him. He won't tell him. No, you can even commit to 5. You can commit to 5.
Nicholas Hogue. It's long from Bratoyev. He's just not got his scoring sights in yet, Valentin Bratoyev. Too many misses, really. Indicative of Bulgaria's performance as a whole here tonight. Hogue will serve again after that timeout. So slight tweaking, whatever he said, been translated to an instant point. Valentin Bratoyev there. Radinarov to serve for Bulgaria. Safely over. Todorov, central, at the net. Standing firm. It's taken a while. It's taken the best part of 20 minutes here. And for them to fall to a worrying deficit, for Bulgaria to finally wake up. Serve crashes the net. 18-10 now. Vigras on serve. Gradinarov. Back player picked it up. Hogue. There's Perrin. Bulgaria point, so 11 now for the host nation. Bratoyev. That's a great serve. What a pickup, though, in fairness, by Ban. But they earned that point. Booming serve by Valentin Bratoyev. Never quite know what you're going to get from him. Keeps you on your toes. Van Berkel sets that. Very long with his attempt, so he's only human. Opposite side, and block off the attempt by Vernon Evans. Bounces in. We're in the middle of a tide turning here. If Bulgaria could just consolidate service. Within 5 now. Skrimov, absolutely brilliant there, ably supported by Theodor Todorov.
Come on. 1-2. When you're up. Oh, for you, yeah. This one.
Bratoyev goes long off the serve. And that gives Canada another point. Problem with the rotation. Little moments like that can be important. And Bratoyev is going to have another go at this. And Perrin tries to investigate. Back at 5 here, Perrin. He's done it again, Bratoyev. I don't think there's any controversy over that. Way out. A hopeful challenge. So Canada with Vernon Evans. Side out. Gradinarov. Pop down. Bam will try and retrieve that. Jumps the advertising hoardings as well. Hogue with the overpass. Unbelievably, Canada win that point. Very sloppy from Theodor Todorov. Well, it's not that they didn't anticipate the ball coming back over the net. Surely. Just a case of almost having too much time to think, really. But that's fabulous from Ban. And off Hogue, look at it, well, he sort of bumps into Theodor Salparov by the looks of things. And that kind of affects them both, and neither makes a genuine attempt to dig it. Smack down, Van Berkel, Very nicely done that. Only 7th point of the championship. Van Berkel. Sharon, Vernon Evans again. Canada edging closer to this first set. Going to have to wait a little longer though. Todorov on serve there for Bulgaria. To the opposite side, and that is absolutely delightful. Gentlest of dabs there from Sharon Vernon Evans. Lord Perrin now will serve, try and serve this out for Canada. Very impressive set from Antigua's Canada team here. Important sort of strong start, absolutely paramount to silence the crowd, if nothing else. There's the set, and Skrimov goes across court. It's a beauty. Todor Skrimov. He got the power right. He got the dip right. Beautiful. Blankano. Love that switch shot. Comes into the setter rather than offer someone else the glory. Takes a slice for himself. Set. Open court there for Kralinarov to land it. Gap is 6. Canada just 2 points away from this set. The very impressive 28-year-old Todor Skrimov now on service. Bangs that over. There's the set. Very rare misstep there from George Perrin. That's 2 in this set. Amazing. Wide with his attempt, so allows Skrimov to continue. Perrin bumps that. And Blankano gets it wide. Ho couldn't land the shot. Great defense there from Bulgaria. Salparov knocks it high. Ban, Blankano, and Hogue. Nicely done in that second phase there for Canada. Set points. 6 of them. Jay Blankano, a real high floater. And that's down the line. Stay of execution for Bulgaria. Outstanding shot placement. Yosifov, as to say, the latest set point. Good serve as well. Met by Ban. Vernon Evans, that's done the trick. 25-19, and Canada take the set. They have silenced the Bulgarian crowd inside the arena Aramets here and are on their way to completing this second round pool with a victory. Very tidy finish this from Sharon Vernon Evans, and that's the set done and dusted for Antigua and Canada. Ready to go then for set number 2 here, with Canada having taken the first. So that's 4 sets in a row that the Bulgarians have lost now in this pool after the straight sweep by the United States yesterday. Radinarov goes long. Ban picks it away from Perrin. Finally, the attack from Hogue. Ban gives Hogue another chance. It's the wrong side, really. 3 blockers all surrounding Nicholas Hogue. That enables Viktor Yosifov to serve here for Bulgaria. Middle blocker. Yosifov then moves into position 6, middle of the back row. Vigrass levels it, so Hogue will serve. Strong serve as well. Radinarov, and that's punched down by Vigrass. Perrin there too. Double block defense doing its magic. And a couple of straight points here for the Canadians. Power serve from Hogue. Ends with Britoyev, 3 blockers. Now, which way are they going to spread it? Britoyev punches that into the net, not once but twice. Aggressive defense again from the Canadians. Another great serve. Just a missile when he catches it like that from Hogue. Just no getting it back, even if you manage to get a palm or a wrist on it. Very difficult to control the bump. Hogue goes again, so reliable with his serving stats. Britoyev, 2 hands over him, no way through on that side, has to come to the opposite. And off the blocker, but Hogue stationed on the byline to keep it going. Canada on a roll again, start of the second set. Bulgaria took the opening point of this set, but it's 5 on the spin now for the Canadians. Every chance of adding more as well. If Hogue could continue winding it up like this. Skrimov on the pickup. Third touch has to go over. No, the Bulgarians in disarray. They just cannot cope with the serving of Nicholas Hogue, who of course is the son of the former national coach Glenn. So a challenge has been requested here. Specifically for a net touch on the way down. Certainly no foot fault. No net touch either. So, Bulgaria will have their point and their service from Radinarov. The Czech side on that. Went wide though, so Canada side out, straight off. chance for the finish. They get it. Nikolai Penchev, who's been rotated in. It's just where it's the expression of the man. Certainly when it's not going his team's way, of it's betraying the impotence, if you will, of the job. He's given the instructions, the players know their jobs, but powerless to affect the performance out on the pitch. Eight-2, and Canada are dominating here in the second set. We've reached the technical timeout. Well, there's no damping local spirits here, despite the way this match is going. Bulgarians lost the first set, 6 points down here towards the start of the second. Graham Vigras on serve. Better, much better from Bulgaria. Todorov in. Pipe finish. Gap is 5. Finds that seam lovely there in between Perrin and Hogue. Vernon Evans with a chance. That's a good pick-up. A little unlucky there. Mateo Salparov, the Bulgarian libero. On the other side of the net, Blair Ban has been demonstrating how to do it. 9-3 here for Canada. Salparov on the pickup. Skrimov can't land the spike. There's Ban and Perrin off the block again. Blankenau. Perrin goes once more. Yeah, off the block. He'll claim another both for his team and for the personal tally. Timeout. Comes through the left hand is Radinarov, the right hand of Todorov.
След това внимавайте, това е ситуация, която е четима. Той я пуска ниско. Тръгва да уж, сваляте му ръце. Един път да удари фаул, да прочетем ситуация. Не на всичко да слагаме ръце на секър. Да видим, що е бил.
Vernon Evans picked up by Salparov. Oh, into the midriff of Hogue. Still managed to keep it live. That's an overpass. And a real opportunity for Bulgaria here, which is missed by Todorov. That goes down as a very presentable chance, which is squandered by Air Teddy Todorov. And he scuttles that off the tape as well, doesn't he? And then out of play. Vernon Evans, high toss on that. Very good serve, well played. Sharon Vernon Evans, just deceptive spin, the rolling serve high over the net. Tempts the defender in, but he can't punch it up and make it count. Sharp tonight, Sharon Vernon Evans, very sharp indeed. There he goes again, same serve, but they're wise to it this time. There's Skrimov, goes for the tip finish. Oh, it drops in, and Bulgaria just can't find any rhythm here. Skrimov just with a slightly mistimed jump. Blankenau had already spread himself for the block, and well, that could have been picked up, couldn't it? Gertsev, Skrimov not singing from the same song sheet. Well, I guess they were, it's just the wrong one. Skrimov, push finish. No, not that time for Canada. Bulgaria needed that because you can see how Canada are pushing out the advantage here. Service into the net. Svetoslav Godsev. Very frustrating. Gap is 10 here. Not what Bulgaria wanted at all tonight. Perrin booms that. Skrimov defends it though, and that's the tap over the top, but Canada are wise to everything tonight. That's Ban, and Hogue rolls it over the top. Salparov and Skrimov. Still it's blocked away. Another phase of the attack, and just too good again. That time it's Lucas van Berkel. Got an answer to everything Bulgaria are throwing at them here, the Canadians. Blemen Konstantinov knows it. Well, that is the way to block, isn't it? Not only block the shot, but divide it down across court and get the kill as well. Perrin, another very good serve. Oh, well, Canada are just streets ahead, I'm afraid. Bad news for the Bulgarians. 16-4 here, second technical timeout of this second set. And with this 12-point advantage, you can't see Canada throwing this away now. So we resume with Canada 16-4 ahead here against Bulgaria in Sofia. How dare they? Carving up Bulgaria here, Perrin and Canada. And now Perrin will serve. Orley. Bulgaria side out. Overhead set, too much power on the swing through there from Vernon Evans. There's no blocking that back. And they're playing sort of with a relaxed air here, with you may say nothing to play for, certainly not qualification to play for these two. Bringing out the best in Canada rather than Bulgaria. Although the mistakes will be sprinkled around as well. Now, this is a hope for Bulgaria. The wily scream off. Blankenau sets, Perrin with a pipe attack. Scooped up by Ban, and that's Blankenau to punch it down. So although Perrin was blocked there, they had a substitute finisher in Jay Blankenau. 18-6. They'll take that. Nikolai Uchikov on the opposite side and gets that off Hogue. (18-7). Ban with a reception. There's Hogue. Goes long. So 2 in a row for Bulgaria. That's a rarity. Yosifov was the server. Oh, that's a terrific dig out there. Dobromo Dimitrov throwing himself at it. Lovely tip, wasn't it? He lands awkwardly, doesn't he? Well, not only that, but then he gets a knee in the face from his teammate, Svetoslav Gotsev. So the monster server here, Nicholas Hogue. Skrimov receives it. Dimitrov there tries to set. And it's rather straightforward, really, for Vernon Evans to just extend and push that down. 20 plays 8. And we're actually witnessing one of the most one-sided sets we've seen in the entirety of this competition, unfortunately for the Bulgarians.
Имаше 2-3 ситуации, навалил, вкараха ги вътре, той я фарша топката преди това. Той ги саморъча. Чакайте я малко.
Poland beat Puerto Rico 25-12. In the second set of their first round matchup in Bulgaria's first round pool, actually. That's better. More of those. Nikolai Penchev there with the swing. No, Canada side out. Bulgaria worryingly still not up to double figures. Yeah, they've made it. The push down from Nikolai Uchikov. Low benchmark. Well, that's been set by Tunisia, really. their first round matchup. It's the Russians. Second set in that, 25-6. The Russians took it. Not a bad serve at all, that from Penchev. 21-10 here. And they've got another, the Bulgarians, 21-11. Gap back to 10. Penchev again, power serve, picked up by Ho. Blancano. Stephen Marr there with the kill. 22 plays 11. Marr, who's ideally been rotated in to play in that front three. Vernon Evans now goes very long with that serve. Gutsev, quite right, it was a doubt for the start tonight, Gutsev. He's not running as freely as we have seen him in this championship, carrying a little bit of an injury coming into this one. He'll go back to the service line and look to put more pressure on the Canadians here in the second set. I'm afraid there's been little pressure on Canada in this match as a whole so far. Low over the net. There goes Marr. That's off Uchikov. 23-13, so just 2 more points needed for Canada. Van Berkel was the decoy. Marr to serve. Nice pitch to it. Uchikov to thunder it. Yeah. The crowd enjoying that, warming to it. They need more. Dimitrov, one of the fill-in players in the deep positions on that serve for Bulgaria. The block bounces out, and 10 set points here for the Canadians. They have wiped the floor with Bulgaria in this second set. Screamov goes long. Marr gets a touch on it and enjoyed it. Vernon Evans. And then the tap finish. Great reflexes there in the front line there for Canada. And Rocco finally does what's necessary to secure a 2-0 lead for Canada in this match. That was, quite frankly, one of the most one-sided sets we've seen in this competition. Canada too hot to handle tonight, and they lead the Bulgarians by 2-0. Bulgaria will start us off then in this third set. They trail by 2-0. Just wonder if the absence of a genuine chance of qualifying tonight has just undermined their thought process coming into this match. Skrimov, improvement is definitely needed, and certainly a better start is needed. And that's what they hope can be achieved here. Step in the right direction. Skrimov scoring off Blankenau's block. Penchev serves again. No, a run of points at the start of this set, still not possible. So 1-1, and here's Jay Blankenau, who's been a winner of the Cup and the League, now playing club volleyball in the Netherlands. Fourth best setter in the championship. Skrimov tries the tip. Blankenau was beneath it, and it's to the dangerous Hogue. And Bulgaria a little bit unfortunate off the block there. And Hogue from a standing start, happy to see the block bounce out. Canada's side. First the shot and then the body of Penchev, and banging it down is Vernon Evans. Well, that was just a sort of furious way to end the rally, really. Great swing, great power. Still they can't finish. Real chance there for Penchev. Pushed up by Salparov, and then Skrimov. A little long, but he got a Canadian touch on it on the way through. This will tell us exactly what happened. Yeah. Off the fingers of Sharon Vernon Evans. Yosifov and Piacenza to serve. Hogue off the block. Canadian point for 4-2. What a tournament he's had. It won't result in a medal for Canada, but he and Perrin have really added to their reputations here. Well, not the only ones, of course, but they an attacking threat caught the headlines. Nicholas Hogue's actually the youngest member of the squad. Last time out in the Worlds in 2014 in Poland. Service fault, so Canada's lead back to 2, and they have service back. Stefan Antiga won honours all over the place, including at the World Champs as a player for France in 2002, bronze medal. Touch off the block, and that will be very pleasurable for Bulgaria. Nikolai Penchev claims it by 4. Dangerous Skrimov. He's very reliable with his service. What about that for the overpass? Carries it out of the arena. Bulgaria are level. 5-5 here in the third set. 127 kilometers an hour that serve carried out. Todor Skrimov, what a weapon that is. We'll try and do it again now. Over the reception, Perrin touches that through. That's a clever finish by John Gordon Perrin. 6-5 now for Canada. Oh, off the top of the tape. Bit loose from Bulgaria on the pickup, but that's a good finish from Gurtsev. Took responsibility here and then some. Svetislav Gotsev, yeah, splits that block of Van Berkel and Perrin. '29 on Friday did Gurtsev, day of the first match, and it was a winning first day as well for the Bulgarians. Super combination. Oh, that's sweet as a nut. Quick set, and it's just a dust over the net, isn't it? 7-6 here for Canada. Seven. Georgi Seganov serving again. Lankanau sets, backcourt attack, and Perrin snuffed out that time. Bulgaria lead 8-7, amazingly. They're the first to lead us into this first technical timeout in set number 3. 8-7 for Bulgaria here, and Georgi Saganov will serve again. There's Hogue, blasts it down. And the tables, they are turning here, because Bulgaria are starting to defend, and that forces Canada to mix it up, which they've just done there. Blankenau with the dab rather than set. Goes for the kill, makes it. This is Lucas van Berkel to serve. National team for 3 years now, so with the newer additions. Can't make the service work though. Bulgaria side out. Ban. That's a fabulous pickup from the libero. Third touch will have to come over. Skrimov couldn't give it all that much, certainly not enough power. Vigras denied. Good rally this. Bump has to come over. It's the third touch and then tapped down. No, Canada got themselves all in a mix-up at the net. This is better from Bulgaria. It's certainly about time in this third set. Henchev on service, rattles it long. Blankenau serves. That's a good dig out there by Salparov. Stationed way back on the baseline there and was able to dig it up. And he takes credit there. Bulgaria winning that rally with that touch. (11-9) then here in Sofia for Bulgaria. They're in the process of stopping the rot. Yosifov on serve. Down the throat of Ban. Here's Hogue. Tries to tap it. Even when he does tap it, there's power in there from Hogue. Comes through the block and then bounces down. Canada's block working really well again. Which side it's going to come now, and the tip that beats Vernon Evans. Oh, the dig behind him was quite spectacular, but unbelievably Vernon Evans couldn't get to his feet to keep it going. So we see Blankenau here dig this out fantastically. The next touch was Vernon Evans, wasn't it? He thinks Ban's going to get it. Ban and Blankenau collide, and Bulgaria end up with a serve. Perrin. Oh, outstanding. Just clinical and clean as well from Gord Perrin. Vigras serves. And Vigras eventually gives Bulgaria the point. Skrimov. What a serve again. There's Ban pumping it back into play, and Perrin goes cross-court. Salparov beneath it. And Uchikov proving very, very effective now on the opposite side. Fine, fine shot this by Nikolai Uchikov of PAOK Salonika.
Okay, outside from the block. Come back. Let's go. Hey. Go. Right now, they are breaking your hands. Your hands are moving. Focus on it.
And then how keen are Canada to win this in a sweep of 3 sets. They find themselves trying to defend these serves from Todor Skrimov. More shallow delivery there. And the pipe attack there from Hogue gets what they want. Sharon Vernon-Evans to serve now for the Maples of Canada. Top of the tape, does that a lot. Very clever tactic. And Vernon-Evans with the pickup. There goes Perrin off the blocker. It's about as reliable as it gets, really, when you set that to someone like Gord Perrin with the form he's in, the mood he's in, the way he's feeling at this championship. Canada with a chance to make this serve count, and a level up set number 3. Not that time from Vernon-Evans. Previous serve and landed on top of the tape and dropped over. Vladislav Gurtsev. Serve now for the host nation Bulgaria. Yeah, he's got a problem with that right ankle. He's not moving as freely as he would surely like. Canada add another to the tally, so they move within 1 again. The Gurtsev used for service there, but then immediately sub back out. Perrin with another fine piece of play, that time from the service line. He's just got the whole repertoire here, Gord Perrin. Bulgaria applying in kind. Bulgaria had led us into the first technical timeout in this 3rd set, and they've done so again, leading us into the 2nd. The lead is slender though at 16-15, but it's just been a better performance from the host nation here in this set. second was a complete write-off. (25-19) and 25-14. Canada taking the first 2 sets here. Hogue backfiring. We're level at 16s. Chikov punched that back into play. Blankenau, he's done it again, but well played Salparov, reading it. Aggressive from Bulgaria, and that's got the crowd fired up. Perrin with a pickup. There's Blankenau. Perrin follows through. Backcourt attack again. Piping it down. (17-all). Opposite side finish. Wide open corner there to land it for Nikolai Uchikov. Bulgaria back in the lead, 18-17. When they pushed it to that opposite side and Uchikov's been able to get his swing going, Bulgaria have looked a formidable attacking threat. There have been too many mistakes tonight from them. Yosifov lands that in, that's a decent serve. Oh. Just a bit of a miscue there. Blankenau trying to set up Brian Vigras. Just tipped it a little bit backwards, wasn't it? Angled into Vigras rather than with a little ahead of him to run onto it. Just got a split second less time to get over the ball and push it down.
More than 50% middle, okay? So where it's not possible to help because like don't let's go! The same as in every rotation.
Booming serve, but it's dumped into the net. This is very, very cagey, which at least is an improvement for Bulgaria, because you could say they're competitive in this set. Hogue. Nice deep serve, comes to Skrimov. Block pushes down. Blankenau, Perrin, off the blocker. Yep, well played, 19-19. If in doubt, just give it to the skipper, Gord. Even from a standing start here, he's just got that lovely technique to flick it linewards. So before Hogue can serve once more, they're going to have a timeout.
drugom jarcu. Moj karta da koji si ven u tom. Vratija faul, imaš dobni mal. Daj u
19 all as Hogue serves, third set here. Overhead set, but the finish from Nikolai Ochikov, he's done it again. With Skrimov not quite as productive on the wing side tonight. They've had to switch it as much as possible to Nikolai Ochikov. Now makes way for Bratoyev. Try and do something to try and carry Bulgaria on to the winning of this set on serve. To the net. Oh, it's a real shame. So side out Canada. And it's, well, the reverse switch as Ochikov comes back on for Bratoyev. Couldn't deliver when they needed. Vigrass. Tap serve, they scream off. Oh, a little lucky, I think, to get it. But get it they have. Because Skrimov's swing was a little mistimed. But he's on serve. Big deal this for Bulgaria. Sort of a Skrimov from the service line. That's why. Fabulous serve. Hogue on the pickup. And they win the point. So fearsome was that service from Skrimov. But Hogue's reception turned into a free ball. Skrimov again. Gap is 2. Oh, yes! He's landed it. It was very close, but that is a monster serve from Todor Skrimov. Absolutely brilliant. So Bratoyev couldn't do it, but they've turned now to Todor Skrimov. This will give the whole place a lift if Bulgaria can win this set. They're just 2 points away from it. Skrimov belts another service down. There's Blankenau. There's Perrin. The push block lands inside the back line. And Bulgaria have 4 set points to take us to a 4th set. They've rediscovered some fire and fury, have Bulgaria here. Another good serve from Skrimov. Punch back by Blankenau. This touch has got to come over. This is the chance, surely. Tap finish, not there. Blankenau and Pan and Perrin tries to push it. Oh, it's grounded. Bulgaria side of the line. So Canada digging and scrambling there. Perry just cleverly pushes that into the middle blocker, Svetoslav Gurtsev. And Evans can mix up the service, taps that through. Skrimov with that first touch. This is the kill to take the set from Nikolai Penchev. 2 sets to 1. Bulgaria have rediscovered their mojo, and we will move into a 4th set here in Sofia. We go into a fourth set then. Bulgaria have brought the Arena Aramets in Sofia to life by taking that third set. It was looking like a rather miserable evening for the host nation, not that you know it. Panning around the crowd here, full of colour and enthusiasm for their national team, the men's volleyball team, in this tournament that they're co-hosting with the Italians. And it's the last night. We will have action in Bulgaria tonight, and the team in red here would love to go out on a high. First push finish on the opposite side from Nikolai Uchikov. So that's the first point of this fourth set. Comes off Hogue. Good land as well anyway. Josifov on service there. That's nice positioning from Hogue with the swing. Spotted the gap, and again didn't need to really put his swing through it, did he? More of a placement. It's over the top, gets it down well. There's little moments now happening in Bulgaria's favour. They will say about time. Perrin. Bit of a stretch that for Perrin. Blankenau, Vibras. Cleverly done again. Just intelligent frontline play. Those split-second mental calculations you make, working out the positioning of the blockers just the other side of the net, and then placing the shot accordingly. Well, yellow card's been dished out there. I know that the Bulgarian coach Konstantinov has been very, very animated down there. Indeed, he's shouting across to our chair umpire. First referee here from Thailand. That will make the coach a little happier. Team retaking the lead at 3-2. Skrimov, just off. Side out Canada. Down it comes off the block. Canada, you can tell they've just won a point because silence descends. Great positioning, arm positioning. Three of them there forming that canopy over the top of the net. Very difficult to get past. Double block that time, but it's been split. 4-4. Bulgaria back on service. Blankenau, second phase attack. Punched down by Van Berkel, open court. No one defending that side for the Bulgarians. Van Berkel here, look at that. He's got over the top of the three frontline players. Easy. 5-4 for Canada. George Perrin will serve. touch a little shallow, not the best set that. Gave Penchev a lot to do, but the familiar weapon of Uchikov on the opposite side wins the point there for Bulgaria. Ricochets off the hand with Van Berkel shot. Perrin, backcourt attack. Yes, very productive again. John Gordon Perrin. 108 kilometers an hour. Seam there between Penchev and Yosifov. Hogue. Shot similar to Van Berkel's. Pretty much on the same spot on the court. Wide left from a Bulgarian perspective. Power shot from the opposite side where Nikolai Penchev found himself that time. So much closer now. Difficult to know exactly what factors are behind a slow start, as we saw from Bulgaria here. Vociferous support certainly not getting the better out of them at the beginning of this match, but it is there with the ace from Nikolai Penchev. That's a beautiful clean serve, isn't it? Look at the downward bend on it. And Perrin, so reliable. Eight 7 then, and our first technical timeouts. Blankenau buries the serve into the net. Bulgaria side out here in the fourth set. And that's a lofted serve from Viktor Yosifov, so service faults exchanged. Hogue on serve, picked up by Skrimov, who then tries to finish it. Scores the point for Bulgaria. The block is Vernon Evans. And Brazil, USA, Serbia, Russia in the final 6 as the full winners in this second round. Two best runners-up go through as well. Perrin, Canada would love to have been part of it, but despite the prowess of Perrin and Hogue, they're not. (10-9) though for Canada. Now Graham Vigrass serves for them. Overhead sets, and it drops just out off the push block. This is how close it was. Perry going to claim the point. Monster serve again from Skrimov. There's Hogue powering it down. No getting that back. Dumped it into the net again, Vernon Evans. (11-11) here. Gertsev is going to be on serve now then. Is his movement going to be any less restricted? Again for the jump serve here. One bounce. That's more of a floater for accuracy. The designated servers, Gertsev. There's the set. And there's the punch down from Penchev. Yeah, Bulgaria edge into the lead, 12-11. And Vernon Evans subbed out. Ryan Sclater comes on. Playing down the opposite side. Gertsev for Hogue. Blancano. Perrin. No! Perrin getting a taste of his own medicine all of a sudden. And Bulgaria into a 2-point lead. This is astute blocking. Taking the plaudits for that one is Georgi Seganov.
Right now you're not fighting anymore. Okay? Fight. Let's go. What you mean again?
(13-11) for Bulgaria. Svetoslav Gertsev continues on service. Gets that all wrong. Technique lacking sadly there. Seems to be an early release from Gertsev. Safe serve from Perrin. Bobbles into the net. It's Bulgaria who get the breaks. And that was frustrating for Canada because you can see the reaction there with its Blancano. Just little moments like that, the bounces and bobbles, they were all going Canada's way in the first 2 sets. Not since. Georgi Seganov floats that serve over. Hogue off Blancano. Great retrieval there from Skrimov. Penchev can't finish it. There'll be another chance for Canada to do so with Hogue off the block, and it bounces in anyway. Tight one, but it goes Bulgaria's way. Hogue. Delightful little touch, but it was extremely well read there by Sagan. Oh, man, the crowd are loving this now because Bulgaria have belief and they lead by 3. Touch over the top. As just he went for delicacy there, Hogue. Power's usually the weapon. Perhaps just a little too much flight on the flat. And that enabled the Bulgarians to gather and defend. So, second technical timeout.
Сменяме си местата. Скримо потива на 4 срещу това, който влезна. Коли остава с да хване гол в първа.
Here we go again at 16-13. Make that 16-14. Momentum so important in a game like this. So you have that technical timeout. Bulgaria flying, then maintain service coming out of the technical. Serve into the net, and all of a sudden you're receiving again. So blanking out. Touch there from Sclater. Hogue pushes the shot into the block. It's exactly that kind of setup that produced the tip that was dug out. And the point for Bulgaria. Last time a similar situation presented itself. Bygrass the decoy. There he goes for more familiar power there. Nicholas Hogue. Blankenau serves again. Tseganov and Skrimov. Oh, he was a good way wide with that. They have to land, they really do. And Bulgaria had to take this match into a deciding set. Plamen Konstantinov calls a timeout for Bulgaria.
Сайдалът сега е важен, да не даваме трета топка. Отиграваме си сега, след това са първа, внимайте. Сменете. Първа се сменяте, Коли отива отзад. Давай!
All. Blankenau continues on service here for Canada, which is proving very, very successful. Well, Perrin with that initial bump. And the power play sends the Canadians scurrying to the back of the court. The back of the competition area. Blankner even got a second touch on that. Would have taken something special for Perrin to keep that rally going from that distance. So Bulgaria back in the lead, 17-16. And Yosifov goes long. Up from Slater. Correct decision to leave it. Hogue to serve next here in the rotation for the Canadians. Goes long into that bottom right corner, and Skrimov pumps it down. That's an excellent spike. Another flash of the brilliance of Todor Skrimov. So two down the wing trying to defend it. And even caught a nick off the fingertips of Ryan Sclater on the way through. Perrin. Bump backwards. Oh, Blankino with an acrobatic set. And yeah, that was over the net, wasn't it? No, it was legal. Skrimov. Does it again, Skrimov! 19-17. Are we to see a decider after all? Did really well there. Three defensive players sucked in to try and defend Todor Skrimov. Unsurprisingly, it's a Canada timeout.
One step right.
Perrin, good pick-up. Bulgaria with so much more belief now. It's going to drop out, and they're going to move three clear. 2017. Rising to the occasion, I think is the phrase. Mar. Backcourt by Nicholas Hogue. Absolutely no nonsense with that. It's the more experienced heads, the Hogues, the Perrins, the Blancanos, that need to just take control of this situation and remain on serve, ensure that they remain in control. Bygrass now. That's defended by Penchev. Reverse overhead set, and a throw down by Uchikov. 21. Plays 18 in favour of Bulgaria. 107 kilometres an hour on this by Uchikov. Brilliantly done. Finding the channel down the side of Perrin. Blankino with the set. It's with that man Perrin, and everything's working out for Bulgaria right now. They're shutting the door on Canada's main man, John Gordon Perrin. And it looks like we're going to be in for a tie-breaking set. Still work though, a little bit more work for Bulgaria to do. Skrimov buries the serve. What a serve from Skrimov. Ban, that's a controlled bump. A push from Ma, but this is a chance now. Bounces out off the block. Another for Bulgaria. And off that opposite side again, Nikolai Uchikov. Wondering about a net touch. Stephen Ma, I think, is making the suggestion that a challenge should be issued here. And it is happening. Way out. I just wonder if there's miscommunication there. That wasn't what Ma had in mind. That wasn't the challenge Ma had in mind. (23-18), 23-19. It's a check in the momentum of the serving of Todor Skrimov. So ball in hand now for Ryan Sclater. 24-year-old Sclater always builds. They want to make it as intimidating as possible for Canada to play their game here. Chikov off the block. Van's going to bury that into court. Ma tries to tip it over the top. No, that's Siganov. Yeah, the point off the block. And would you believe this? 5 set points to level up the match. Who would have believed it? The way Bulgaria had played in the opening 2 sets here. So we're going to have a deciding set. All that remains to be confirmed is how soon the Bulgarians can wrap up this 4th. Blancano. The answer is straight away 25-19, and the recovery operation has been well and truly completed here. If they can go on and win it, well, it would be fabulous for the locals in Sofia. Canada head and shoulders above their hosts in the opening 2 sets. They blitzed them, but since then Bulgaria have rediscovered some form, and we will head into a first of 15 tiebreaker to see who wins this one, the final match in Pool G of the 2nd round of the World Volleyball Championship for men in Italy, Bulgaria 2018. This has turned into a fabulous, fabulous match. be a few flat batteries tonight. Bulgaria, though, although they left it a little bit late to plug the charger in, are now firing on full power. First to 15 then. Konstantinov deserves real credit here for instilling some belief into his team. Perhaps reminding them about the sense of occasion and the amount of support that they've enjoyed here in Sofia over the last few days. It was heading towards embarrassment territory, but nothing about the last two sets have been embarrassing for Bulgaria. They've been brilliant. But they concede the point of the deciding set to the Canadians, off Uchikov. Again, crash blocking, very well played to snuff out Penchev. So strong start to the fifth here. Hode watching it like a hawk, Vigras watching it like a hawk. Lucas van Beekel. Bulgaria getting one on the board. So Bulgaria serving. Beamer as well. Power, pace, precision from Penchev. Crowd love an ace like that. Super shot. They'll try to do it again. High toss on it. Great technique. Oh, very close to the overpass off the reception. Bulgaria get themselves into the lead. Uchikov's been one of the main players for them. The start of set 3 onwards. Well, it will give them a real boost. Not that it's going to bump them into the next round of this competition, but for the ever-improving Bulgarian squad, it will be another step in the right direction. Bulgaria with 4 bronze medals at World Championships, last of which 2006. Coach Konstantinov was in that team. Silver in 1970. Best the Canadians have done at the World, 7th 4 years ago. They're not going to finish as high as that this time round. And just a little bit of reality sets in again as the Canadians draw level. Perrin blank it out. To make do with the noise and just the crowd trying to distract him. Wise to the threat of Uchikov all of a sudden here. Canada. And it is they who move into the lead. That double blocking partnership of Hogue and Vigrass. Over the top of the net. There goes Skrimov. Behind that trademark cross quarter, spiking it inside the sideline. Just a great shot that. Lands what, the foot, the far side of the 3-meter mark. Incredibly difficult skill. Netted serve though from Yosifov. Sooner they draw level and gift the Canadians the lead again, but it is just the one lead of one. Hogue lands the serve, so lead of 2. Ace there from Hogue. Hogue goes again. Far corner attempt. Skrimov that time. More range on the finish. Challenge requested here. Clip the line. More or less the perfect spike. A little bit of tension as all eyes look north towards the big screen to see the result of the challenge as Hawkeye works its magic. Perrin digs out the reception. Vigrass in to finish it. Quick combination. Canada's lead back to 2. Remember, 15 needed in these final sets, these 5th set tiebreakers, not 25 as is the case with play before that in a volleyball match. So Vigrass, set, main man Skrimov, oh, not that time. A couple of absolute howitzers from Todor Skrimov, but couldn't complete the hat-trick. Change of ends then. Will it bring a change of fortune in this tiebreaker for the Bulgarians? Almost got to dig in for the recovery all over again. Having lost the first 2 sets, picked up the next 2. Here they are down at halfway in the tiebreaker. Block has all of a sudden started working again for Canada. 9-5. Will the words of Clement Konstantinov work their magic here? Resume after the timeout. Vigrass serve for Canada. Skrimov, Seganov, kill there from Uchikov. Vigrass tries to send it all the way back over. It was a bold attempt, but not a successful one. Skrimov into the net. No, his service game is just deserting him. 10-6, lead of 4. That's a big lead in a deciding set. Sclater goes long off the serve. Bulgaria's side out in an extremely tense deciding set here. Theodor Todorov returns to the fray to replace Georgi Seganov. Got straight back into the front line. Gurtsev with the serve. Good leave. Floated out. Canada within 4 of winning the match. Now Perrin, service error on the Canadian side of the net. Tension and tiredness will surely be factors. Hogue. Bulgaria block working. Now the attack. Van with a pickup. That's Blanca now. And Perrin steams through to try and finish it. But he reckoned without the block, pushing it back over. So Bulgaria aren't done yet. Thank you very much. Crucial touch from Penchev. Blanca now opening up his box of tricks to push Canada into a 3-point lead, 12-9. After that first bump, not setting, but scoring himself, Jay Blanca now. Be the finish. Splendid angle on that from Nikolai Penchev. You wondered really whether he'd have the torque. Standing start almost, well, just a sort of minimal run-up really. To drill that at the feet of Ryan Sclater. Penchev served onto the top of the net. Blanca now sets and Hogue finishes. Calm finish that from Nicholas Hogue. You have to say well played. 13-10. Punch block off The attempt there from Penchev. Skrimov, and that's pushed just inside the sideline. 4 match points. 2 hours and 25 minutes in. Canada are on the brink here. Wrapping up Pool G. The second round of the Men's Volleyball World Championship with a victory. Be their second on the spin after they beat the Iranians yesterday in a 5-setter. It's a hopeful challenge. No fault. Bulgaria timeout right as Canada have their finger on the trigger. Is this the moment for Canada? Off the block. Perrin under it. Blanket out. Punched down by Vigras. Oh, Bulgaria have kept it live just. In comes Ban. Blanket out. Oh, and the touch over the net, and Canada win it. A thrilling match. There really was a little indication that this was going to go the distance, but go the distance it did. Right at the last, we have a challenge from Vladimir Konstantinov. Nothing to lose here. Keeping calm, says Sauerback. A lot of activity over the top of the net, middle of the net there, just as Canada were looking to push home the advantage. Zoom in. Yeah, there was a fault from the Bulgarians, so Canada can celebrate back-to-back 5-set victories. Who would have thought it? 25-19, 25-14.